A mastodon.
They're all dead. How could you use one of those for a pet?
He wouldn't eat much anyway.
Oh, Jackie, this is a serious decision.
I suppose you found something better?
I sure have. Look, a French poodle.
I'd rather have an anteater.
An anteater? What a revolting thought.
Well, think of all the money we'd save on ant powder.
I'm more inclined toward a poodle with a swanky hairdo.
I say no. No dog, no anteater.
Oh, Daddy, please. Just one little French poodle.
Not until you girls develop a sense of responsibility. Your mother had to feed and care for the last dog you had.
But, Daddy, this is Be Kind to Animals Week.
Oh, that reminds me, dear. Are you ready?
Huh? Ready for what?
Well, you have an appointment with Mrs. Tugworth.
Oh, yes. Something special about tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Adopt an Animal Day.
Oh.
That's why we're looking through the encyclopedia.
But, Daddy, one poodle?
When I was a boy and wanted a dog.
Oh, Dad, I've heard that all before.
Stu, get your coat. Jackie, pick up these books. Mrs. Tugworth will be here any minute.
Oh, there's plenty of time.
Isn't Mrs. Tugworth the president of the Animals Protective League?
That's the one.
Well, how can you talk to her if we haven't got a pet?
Jackie, I don't intend to hear any more about this. No animals, no pets to take up your mother's time.
But, Daddy, how can we be kind if we haven't got any animals to be kind to?
Be kind to other people's animals.
Hi, Lucy. This is Jackie. Say, how's Matilda? Fine. Tell her I called. Thanks.
Jackie, how long are you going to be using the phone?
Oh, about a half hour. I got a lot of calls to make.
Who are you calling?
Hello, Butch. This is Jackie. How's Blackie? Oh, that's too bad. Well, give him my love. Thanks.
Jackie, what are you doing?
I'm calling up all my friends who own animals, leaving my love and best regards.
Jackie, I have to call David. Now, give me the phone.
Daddy says be kind to other people's animals.
That's the most adolescent thing I ever heard.
Gee, thanks.
Come in, Mrs. Tugworth.
It's nice to see you, Mrs. Tugworth.
Oh, thank you. I have one little favor to ask of you.
If it's about animals.
You know, Mrs. Irwin, your husband is always so cooperative in all civic affairs. This is Be Kind to Animals Week, and he's posted our literature on all of the bulletin boards in his school.
Well, it's the least I could do. Won't you sit down, Mrs. Tugworth?
Well, thank you very much. You know, there's just one more little service that you can do for me.
Anything at all.
Well, as you know, tomorrow is Adopt an Animal Day.
Yes, Jackie told me.
Well, I have here a list of all the animals that are available for adoption. Now, would you mind posting this on your bulletin board?
Of course not. It's a very worthy cause.
Oh, well, thank you. I just knew that I could depend upon you. You're such a leader in all these things.
Thank you.
You know, we had a tea at the animal shelter the other afternoon, and I was telling the girls.
The girls? Oh, yes, the girls.
How lucky we are to have a man like you in our community.
Thank you.
Can anyone adopt an animal, Mrs. Tugworth? Oh, yes, indeed. And we're very careful. We inspect every one of the houses where we place our animals. That's so we can be sure that the animals are happy.
Yeah, people pay too much attention to people.
Yes. You know, we've hit upon a very original idea. We're going to present a prize to the person who provides the best home for one of our animals.
That is a fine idea and very, very original.
Fun for the kids, too.
I can see that your children appreciate animals, Mr. Irwin.
Well, yes, they realize that animals require attention. Owning a pet gives the child...
A sense of responsibility.
Yes, that's right.
It's good for the animals, too.
I'm only too happy to do my bit, Mrs. Tugworth, and I'll see that this list is put on the bulletin board the first thing in the morning.
Oh, thank you. Now, since you've been so cooperative, I'm going to give you the first choice on the list.
The first choice?
Well, of course you'll be adopting an animal.
Well, I hadn't thought of...
Think of how good it would be for me, Daddy. Think of all the responsibility we'd learn.
Now, you look over the list and call me the first thing in the morning.
Mrs. Tugworth,
Oh, I just knew you'd take over, Mr. Irwin. You know, people sort of look to you for leadership.
Yes, I guess they do.
Well, I'll wait for your call. Good night.
Good night.
I'll see you to the door.
Oh, you might want to adopt 2 animals. You have 2 daughters, you know.
One is enough. Animals, I mean.
Oh.
You know something, Daddy? I'm feeling responsible already.
Well, here's the list of animals.
Thanks. Hey, Joyce, Daddy says we can have a pet. Let's collaborate.
And just remember, nothing complicated, noisy, or hungry.
Nice work, pal.
Hey, here's a skunk. Let's adopt him.
No!
We could feed him chlorophyll.
June, do we have to go through with this?
I'm afraid you're trapped. Mrs. Tugworth said she was going to call the newspapers and tell them how you started this drive off.
Oh, fine.
Daddy, look. Here's the cutest little...
No!
Hey, look. An alligator.
No.
What can we adopt then?
Let me see that list. There must be something on it that's quiet and doesn't require too much care. Let's see. Bantam chickens, fan-tailed pigeons, lovebirds. Oh, here it is. I found it. Guppies.
Guppies?
Yes, guppies.
Guppies? Sounds like some new kind of soda pop.
They're tropical fish. Quiet. No trouble.
And Mrs. Tugworth will be pleased.
Well, yes.
But, Daddy, guppies aren't animals. They're fish.
They're pets.
Can you really pet them?
Isn't it way past your bedtime?
Yeah, I guess it is. Gosh, from skunks to alligators to guppies. What a come down.
Well, I got out of that all right. Guppies, they're only about that big, quiet, no food, keep them in a little jar. Guppies. Good morning, honey.
Good morning, darling.
Where is everybody?
Joyce rushed down to the library, something about a research book, and Jackie went out to talk to Willie.
Oh, June, about those guppies.
Mrs. Tugworth is bringing them in about an hour.
An hour? I'm sorry, but I won't be here.
But I told her you would be.
Why?
Well, she wanted to give you some instructions about their care and feeding.
All right, but Joyce and Jackie had better be here to hear it, too.
They will be, and so will I, I'm afraid.
Oh.
It's your civic duty, Willie.
I don't know. I don't have no time for pets and things.
But Willie, think of all the poor homeless animals. Besides, you might even win that grand prize.
Huh? Give me that list. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to be real practical.
There's a deodorized skunk here.
I'm allergic to skunks.
Mr. Jackson, please. Mr. Irwin. Mr. Jackson? Yes. About that appointment we had for this morning, Mr. Jackson, you wouldn't want to postpone it, would you? Oh, you'd prefer it. But I hate to waste time. It's necessary? Yes. Well, all right then. Yes, tomorrow afternoon would be fine. Thanks. Very understanding man, that Mr. Jackson postponed our appointment.
Well, that should leave you free for the morning, then.
Not necessarily. I have another one just as pressing.
And what time is this second important appointment?
Well, not until 11.
Well, that gives you a couple of hours, then. Why don't you go in the living room and relax until Mrs. Tugworth gets here?
Oh, now, June, I don't have...
Come on, dear. I'll straighten up in there at the same time.
Oh, all right.
What is this, guppies?
You can't have those. We're taking them.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many choices for me.
Why don't you let me pick out something for you, Willie?
Well, if you do, pick out something that's going to be kind to me and easy on the food.
I've got it. It's just what you need. This will surprise everybody.
Yeah, I'm allergic to surprises, too.
Why do I have to stay home to greet a bowl full of fish?
You were the one who decided on the fish. Get out of the way, dear.
I decided on nothing. I was blackmailed into this.
Oh, relax, Stu. It won't take long, and she... That must be Mrs. Tugworth now. In a few minutes, you'll be a proud pet owner.
Civic leader, she said. Talked me right into it.
Got a present for you, Daddy.
Huh? What?
It's called The Life and Habits of the Guppy and How to Care for Them.
Thanks.
You better read it.
Why?
Well, it seems guppies are sort of, funny. They need special care and treatment.
They'll get no special treatment in this house.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Irwin, and here are your pets.
Oh, thank you. This is it?
Yes. Open the carton.
Oh, yes. Oh, aren't they cute?
Aren't they?
Well, thanks again, and I will certainly take good care of them. And now, if you'll pardon me, Mrs. Tugworth, I have to get to work.
Oh, just a moment. We're forgetting about the equipment.
Equipment?
Yes, you want to give the little babies a good home, don't you?
Oh, of course. I've managed to provide a pretty good home for my family.
Well, that's just why that I brought extra equipment for you. Willie, you can bring it in now.
Yes.
Mrs. Tugworth, what's this?
This is their house. We call it a tank.
Oh, wouldn't an old glass bowl do just as well?
Now, where shall we put the tank? Let's see. Oh, right there on the coffee table.
Oh, Mrs. Tugworth, the surface of that table is a little delicate. Wouldn't it be better if we put it on the floor?
Oh, I know. Drafts, you know. They might get ick.
Ick.
Ick. That's an illness.
I see.
Yeah. Now, Willie, if you will put it right here. That's it.
That's big enough for a man-eating shark.
Now, I shall explain the fine points of raising healthy guppies.
Well, don't they just raise themselves?
Oh, of course not. Now, this is their food, and you feed them...
3 times a day.
Well, it's better if you feed them every 4 hours.
Oh, around the clock?
Well, no, not exactly, because they need regular hours for sleep. Let's say that you feed them 5 or 6 times a day. Now, here is the pump.
Pump.
Yes, and here is the filter.
Filter?
Yes. They're very delicate creatures, and they need especially conditioned water.
What's the matter with just plain drinking water?
Oh, no. They're much too delicate for that.
Like the surface of my table.
Yes, Mrs. Upwith. Now, when you attach the pump to the filter, according to the directions, the fish will get the pure water that they require.
It's very interesting.
Isn't it so?
Yes.
Now, let's see. Here is their vitamin.
Vitamin?
Yes, for strong, healthy fish.
Oh, of course.
Yes. And here is the heater.
So they won't freeze.
Yes, that's it. Now, the heater and the pump run with electricity, but they only increase your power bill just a little tiny bit.
Well, this sounds wonderful, Mrs. Tugworth. And we'll take the best of care of the fish, and thanks again for your thoughtfulness.
Well, I knew you'd appreciate it. And here is the bill.
Bill?
Yes, for the equipment.
Oh. Oh.
It's only $32. Really, that's very inexpensive for your first venture.
This is only the beginning?
Oh, I forgot to tell you that guppies are prone to have large families.
Oh.
And the parents are inclined to be cannibals. So you'll need other filters and tanks for their babies.
Another tank like that?
Well, yes, at least one. You see, they must never be crowded. Oh, they're a very interesting problem, Mrs. Irwin.
I'm beginning to see that.
If you'll pardon me, I have to be leaving.
Just a minute, Daddy. Don't you want to see Willie's pet?
Is Willie adopting something, too?
He certainly is.
Oh?
He hasn't seen it yet. It's a big surprise.
Oh, I don't care, as long as there's something helpful.
Should I bring it in now, Mrs. Tugworth?
Certainly, bring it in.
Okay. Watch this for a surprise, folks.
Do you know anything about this, Joyce?
Not a thing, Mother. Surprise, Willie. This is Rembrandt. He's going to help Willie clean up the yard.
Oh, June.
Mother!
June.
Jackie! Yes? Come here a minute. What do you want, Joyce? Have you seen that book I got for Daddy? The Life and Habits of the Guppy? That's the one. I think it's in our room. I was reading about our fish. What's the matter? Do you know what ick looks like? I don't even know what it is. Mrs. Tugworth says they get ick. And there's something very odd about these fish. Let's see. Hey, yeah, you're right. Gosh, I better get the book. If anything happened to these fish, Dad'd never forgive us.
Now what?
Dr. Jackie Irwin to the rescue.
What's the matter?
Mother, do these fish look all right to you? Look at that fat one over there. Look.
They do look different.
Jackie's getting the book. Maybe it'll tell us what to do.
Goodness, if anything happens to those fish.
What are you going to do, Mother?
There's a fish store downtown. I'm going to call them.
Where's Jackie? Hurry. Jackie! Did you find anything in the book?
Well, here's a picture. This is what it looks like. Their fins look funny.
Let's see. No, it must be something else.
Well, maybe it's back here.
There's one.
Where?
You passed it.
Oh,
Here.
here's one. Maybe that's it.
Let's see.
That look like it?
No.
Well... How about this?
Let's see. No.
Hey, maybe it's... No, that couldn't be. It must be something else.
Jackie, what are you talking about?
Oh, I had an idea, but that couldn't be it. Daddy wouldn't allow it.
Would you please explain yourself clearly and sensibly?
Well, all right. Take a look.
No, it couldn't be.
What do you think?
That's it.
Girls, I'll need your help.
Did you telephone the store, Mother?
Yes, I did, and they said,
We know all about it, Mom. The book told us.
well, let's get busy. We'll need a thermometer, some warm
We
water.
know, Mom. The book tells us just what to do.
Then let's do it. And when your father comes home, I'm going to make him read that book.
Rembrandt, you said you was going to be a big help to me in cleaning up the yard. Now, come on, help. Here, come on, eat now. What's the matter? You lost your appetite? Come on, eat now. Come on.
Goats don't eat tin cans, Willie. That's just a rumor.
Oh, what did Jackie mean by he's going to be a big help to me?
She probably meant he'd eat the grass for you.
Oh, sort of animated lawnmower, huh? Aren't you home kind of early, Mr. Irvin?
There's a Chamber of Commerce meeting. I just stopped by for a quick bite.
How would you like to have a quick goat steak?
You should have followed my example, Willie, and adopted something like guppies. Quiet, no fuss, no trouble.
Oh, Rembrandt ain't no trouble. He just stands around and gets in the way.
Gotta use the old head, Willie. Well, I'll get something to eat and hurry on to a meeting.
Yes. Go on, eat, you old goat. Come on, eat now. Oh, I was talking to the goat, Mr. Irvin.
Oh.
Come on, now, let's get this yard cleaned up here. Come on. Oh.
I'm home. Hi, everybody. I'm home.
Mother, I caught one.
Well, don't drop it. Put it in this bowl.
We're running out of space.
I know. Joyce, run and get another bowl. Mrs. Tugworth said we mustn't crowd them.
All right, Mother.
Hi.
Hello, Daddy.
Say, what's so interesting?
The baby guppies Mrs. Tugworth warned us about have started to arrive.
Already? Let me see. Oh, cute little fellas, aren't they? Do you mean to tell me that you have little guppies in all of these bowls?
That's right. Stu Irwin, do you know what parent guppies do to their children?
Yes, they eat them. Mrs. Tugworth told me all about it, remember?
I got another one.
Put it in here. Oh, Joyce.
Relax, June. She'll be back in a moment.
Yes, Mr. Civic Leader.
Hey, what do you know? Got my name in the paper.
I caught another one.
They say I'm a leading civic light.
Mother, this is the only empty bowl we have left.
Oh, dear. That was a wedding present
You are not going to use Uncle Joe's bowl to put fish in.
Do you see any more?
There's one. Catch him, Jackie.
Could I get an early dinner?
Oh, I've been busy with the fish all afternoon. I haven't even started dinner.
How long will I have to wait? I have a Chamber of Commerce meeting.
Then I'm afraid this is one time when our leading civic light is going to have to shine in the kitchen.
I caught one. Here, I have to find someplace to put these.
Maybe I can scramble some eggs and warm up the coffee. What are you doing?
Oh, we're all out of bowls, so I'm storing the babies in the sink.
Oh, how many do you have?
34 so far.
34? What are you going to do with them?
Keep them, I guess.
Oh. I was only going to heat some coffee.
It's full of baby guppies. You'll cook them.
This has gone far enough. I will not be shoved out of my own house by a school of fish. June, this has got to stop.
Do you have any suggestions?
Yes. No. I mean, we've got to get rid of these guppies.
But what'll Mrs. Tugworth say?
The guppies were your idea, Stu.
I was talked into it. Jackie is just as responsible.
Well, what do you want us to do?
Jackie, take them out and give them away.
I don't know, Pop. Most of the kids have pets now. I'm afraid their parents wouldn't let them take guppies.
Well, at least get rid of the baby guppies.
Maybe I could trade them.
I don't care what you do with them, just get rid of them. And do it now, today, tonight. And tell Willie to get rid of that goat.
Yes, Father. Well, Mother, I have to admit that these fish make very interesting companions.
As long as there aren't too many of them. Good evening, dear.
Good evening. Everything nice and peaceful, I see.
How was your Chamber of Commerce meeting?
Oh, just fine.
Are you hungry, dear?
Starved. Is dinner ready?
Everything's ready. We've been waiting for you.
I see the excess fish are gone.
Jackie got rid of them.
Fine. What did she do with them?
She made a trade.
Good. What kind of a trade?
Show him, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie, what have you done now?
Daddy, meet Charlie. Charlie, meet Daddy.
Charlie, huh? Well, that's good.
And we still have the original guppies that Mrs. Tugworth brought.
Which proves that there's no problem that can't be solved. All of that fuss over a few little fish. What are we having for dinner?
Fish.
Fish, huh? Yes, huh? Good morning, dear.
Morning, darling. Your coffee's ready and breakfast will be on in a minute.
My, everything's nice and quiet around here this morning.
I think we've had enough excitement for 1 week.
Yes, after yesterday. This is quite a letdown.
Help! Help! Mother! Daddy!
Now, what's happened?
Help me, quick! What's the matter? More baby guppies!
More. Oh, the bowls. Yes, everybody, quick, hurry. Come on, Mom. Hurry, Mom.
I don't think it's going to be so bad this time. I only counted 15.
15?
This must be a mistake.
Where's Jackie?
Mom! Dad!
Now what?
Jackie, honey, are you all right?
I'm fine, but look what the cat did.
He can't have kittens. His name is Charlie.
You tell that to Charlie.
Excuse me, mister. How would you like to have some seat covers made out of goat skin?
What do you mean? Who wants goat skin seat covers?
I thought maybe you might. Look at him. Look at that.
Oh, Willie, get that goat out of there. Tie him up someplace.
Yes.
Oh, yes, the bowls. Jackie, you get out of there.
Good morning, Mr. Elwin.
Oh, hello, Miss Tubber.
I have wonderful news for you.
That's just what I need.
Well, after having inspected all the homes, I've decided to award the grand prize to you.
I won the grand prize?
Well, you've provided the best home for your pet.
Oh.
So here's the prize.
Oh.
She's all yours.
Oh, Daddy, what do I